Hi everyone, welcome to Western. We have a wonderful CS program at Western and we are really happy that you're going to join us. I am Mary Hall. I am the CS Pre-Major Advisor and today I'm going to help you get organized for registration. I want to show you a few tools on our website that will help you get prepared. So I'm going to share my screen here and go to cse.wwu.edu, which is our CS department website. So first of all, I'm going to go to this advising tab and introduce you to your advising team. So your primary advisor is me, your CS pre-major advisor, and here's my contact information. We do have a graduate student advisor, but your other primary advisor will be the transfer student advisor, Dr. Philip Jagosinski. So he's the specialist that can help you with transfer credit from other institutions. So together, we're going to be your advising team, and we're going to be available to you at your orientation session. So we really want you to get connected with our department, and a really good way that I can think of to do that is to declare the pre-major. I think most of you will be eligible to declare, so please look at this page here. The pre-major will give you access to CS-specific advising and help connect you so we could inform you of opportunities and events in the department. So there's a couple of simple forms to fill out, an application here, and a declaration e-form here. So that would be a wonderful first step for you all to connect with the department. I also want to show you some resources to get ready for registration. So on this tab here, the course planning resources at the bottom, I want to show you a few things. So the main thing is look up the requirements of the CS degree. And you can also do that on the programs tab of this website, and it has the catalog copy. So that will list the classes with the names of the classes and everything. But here's a handy sheet that we've created that you could use. It's called the core curriculum. And all of these blue bubbles represent the core classes that all CS majors take, starting with the intro programming class, 141, and ending with senior project, these classes over here. So the pre-major classes are these first 5 classes, and most of the students that transfer to Western will be focusing on these first 5 classes. These are the 3 classes that we look to qualify you to the major. So we'll be looking at your GPA in only these 3 classes, 241, 247, and 301. So they're very important classes. And everything beyond those classes is restricted to declared majors. The core curriculum sheet also shows you the math requirements of the major and the science requirements of the major. So I hope you'll use this resource in planning your schedule. Another handy resource is this sample 4-year plan of study. So this shows the classes and how we would pair them to fit into a 4-year degree. So you can compare where you are to this sheet that we have created. Now, don't worry if your plan is different. This is just a sample, but it's a pretty good roadmap, so I hope that you'll use it as a reference tool. I also want to show you under advising tools and resources here, I'd like to show you DegreeWorks, which is advising software that you could use for course planning. So you can pull up the requirements of the computer science degree set against your academic history to see what you've met already and what you still need to meet. So I highly encourage you to learn how to use DegreeWorks, which I'm pretty sure will be covered in your orientation. So those tools put together are really great for planning your schedule. A good CS schedule will consist of a CS class, a math class, and one of your science series classes. Or if you don't get into a CS class, other options would be a GUR that you need or a minor class that you, if you're pursuing a minor at Western. So let's talk about some of the common registration issues that you might experience. So the number one issue is that classes fill up quickly, and this is to be expected. CS is a really popular major, and there's a lot of demand for our classes. So they fill up quickly, and continuing students have already registered. So the classes are fairly full to begin with, and then, you know, now the transfer students and freshmen will be registering. So the good news is that we have set aside some seats, and we will release those seats right before your registration. So you may be fortunate and get one of those seats. If you don't get into a CS class that you want, absolutely waitlist all sections of all the CS classes that you want. And then you might get in off a wait list, especially when we start sprinkling in seats. So, you know, please get on the wait list if you don't get in immediately. The second most common issue that students face at registration is they might have transfer credit that isn't equivalent to something at Western. So if you look at your transfer equivalency report, which is in Web4U, you'll see the courses you transferred and what they count as at Western. If you see a course that is listed as 1XX or 1TT, that kind of shows it's a mystery course. It doesn't exactly transfer. But if that is a CS course that you need or a prereq to a CS course, then you're going to want to talk to one of us advisors and see if that's going to impact you at registration. And that's something we'll want to troubleshoot before you go to register. So those are the two most common issues that transfer students face at registration, and we are here to help you with those. So at your orientation, we're going to be available via email and also a Zoom drop-in session for any last-minute questions that you have. But before that, I hope you'll take a look at these resources, plan your schedule, and email it to me, and I can review it in advance and let you know if you have a solid plan. And then we hope to meet you in person at the orientation, at the Zoom session, or however you reach out to us. And until then, I hope you have a great summer, and we'll be in touch. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.